Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios. I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at this week's pre-orders, and they are live. This video is sponsored by CMO Games. More on that later. Alright, so right off the bat, we've got Ufthak Blackhawk. So here we got the brand new character, Ufthak Blackhawk. Awesome new orc coming out here. Very, very cool. Absolutely huge fan of this model. I love the squig. I love the gun kind of balanced on top of him with the little harness and everything. Awesome hammer. Very, very cool. We do know that this model is going to be limited edition, so it is a Black Library special. 45 bucks for him. A little bit on the pricey side, but right in line with what you expect from Games Workshop individual character models. And we did also get the rules for him already, and I think everybody should be aware. And I do appreciate Games Workshop coming out initially and telling us, giving us the rules, but he is going to be Legends. So while technically you're able to use him in Warhammer 40k, he's not going to be usable in any competitive events or anything like that. Same with what we got with the Warhammer 30k Horus Heresy stuff. It's technically usable in 40k, but they're not going to keep up with the data sheets. They're not going to keep it balanced. And realistically, he's more of like a novelty model. So very unfortunate. Quite a few people did chime in the comments though and say that they were going to use him as like a knob or a war boss or something like that, which is totally cool. I'm all about that. I think the model itself is absolutely awesome. But I do appreciate Games Workshop letting us know ahead of time that he is not technically viable in Warhammer 40k. Which doesn't make a ton of sense to me because his actual datasheet and points and everything is like pretty good, but it's more of like a novelty. I don't think he's going to be like breaking the game or anything like that. So I would have appreciated a lot more if they just actually made him usable in 40k, but that's just me. So moving on here, we got a bunch of stuff left over from last week. Surprised to see the Battletome Flesh Eater Court still in stock, especially after Games Workshop came out and said that this was going to be numbered and restricted to 300 copies. The actual Battletome itself is 55 bucks. A lot of people, including myself, got a hold of that in the Flesh Eater Court's launch box, so it probably didn't sell really well. But the fact that worldwide they didn't sell 300 copies of the limited edition Battletome for 90 bucks, a little bit surprising. I also don't know exactly how that works with like different languages. I'm assuming that all of those 300 are in English, but it's possible that they sell them in other languages as well. I'm not sure. I'd actually have to look into that, and I'm curious if anybody knows. So then we have the new White Dwarf and everything. Definitely going to be picking this one up as it has the new combat patrol rules in there for the Tyrannid Swarm. Very, very cool little new combat patrol, so definitely looking forward to that. Just scrolling down here, we do see the Fangs of the Blood Queen box set also still in stock. So that's another one of those box sets with a new character inside, and we know she's probably going to be priced at 45 bucks, so surprised to see that they didn't sell out of those. Quite a few of the other characters here. We did see eventually that the Morbeg Knights showed up. Originally they were missing from the store, but they are in stock now. Usharan, Mortarch of Delusion. Very, very cool. Can't wait to get mine. And then we get down to the actual books and everything from Black Library. So this is sort of like an anticlimactic event, as the two big like limited edition items are both missing from what amounts to like the Black Library celebration. So very weird to have the two main items for the Black Library celebration missing from it. But they do have the free ebook for the Black Library Celebration 2024. Also, there's some print copies of this available in Games Workshop stores. If you pick something up there, you may have access to one of them as well. And then we essentially see like a couple of reprints. So the Riders of the Dead. So 18 bucks for this. It is in paperback. And again, this is a reprint, a friendship testing Warhammer novel. Sort of cool story here between like basically what amounts to like the North and the South, like brothers fighting against each other. What were once like friends are now on like the opposing sides of like the, you know, big forces getting ready to do battle. So pretty neat story and everything like that. And this was the Reader's Choice winner. So people basically voted on what they wanted them to bring back, and this was the one. All right, and then moving on from there, we have Lord of the Night paperback. So another one of the Reader's Choice winners right here, Lord of the Night, $17.99 for paperback reprint. A terror-filled Warhammer 40,000 novel written by Simon Spurrier. The full horror of the Night Lord's invasion of Aquixis is revealed. So very cool with the new box set, like Kill Team coming out with the Night Lords inside. A little bit of story time, a little bit of lore coming back here. Pretty cool. All right, and then we have Ghazghkull Thraka, Prophet of the Waaagh. Okay, so unfortunately we got some kind of issue here with Games Workshop's website. So yeah, some kind of issue for right now with Ghazghkull Thraka, Prophet of the Waaagh. That is a $9.99 soft cover. For whatever reason, the web store is broken, so you can't actually go to that. Next, we have the Ghosts of Barak-Minoz in hardback. So this one is brand new, and this is a continuation of the Drekkie Flint, sort of like adventures, rip-roaring Warhammer Age of Sigmar novel written by Guy Haley. A dashing Drekkie Flint embarks on a quest to find legendary riches. So it doesn't really talk much about the actual novel or anything like that, but they run into a old friend, old party member that they thought was dead. But $30 for that one, hardback, pretty cool. And now a quick message from this week's sponsor. This video is sponsored by CMOgames.com, where you can get 15% off most Games Workshop pre-orders, and they go live right at midnight Saturday mornings. CMOgames.com offers free shipping on orders over $25 in the US 48, and most orders ship within 24 hours. CMOgames.com has been selling Games Workshop products online for more than 20 years, and customer service is their top priority. CMOgames.com carries the full line of Games Workshop products, including 40K, Age of Sigmar, Kill Team, warcry, paints, hobbies, and tools. Visit CMOgames.com using the affiliate link in the description below so they know you heard about CMOgames.com from Warhammer Man Studios. Now, back to the video. So then we get on to a couple of these more exciting ones right here. So the Deus Encarmine 20th Anniversary Edition. So $35 for that. This is the 20th Anniversary Edition in hardback. And we can see pretty nice quality and everything right here. We know with Games Workshop's limited edition stuff, it's always nice. Chapter splitting Warhammer 40,000 Blood Angels novel, written by James Swallow. Blood Angels fight against division in their ranks, as one of their own is declared to be the reincarnation of Sanguinius himself. So very cool 20th Anniversary reprint of an old Blood Angels novel in hardback. $35 for that. All right, and then we had the Black Library, The Art of the Horus Heresy. So $65 for this. I think this is probably the coolest of the stuff coming out this week, since we're missing the Morvenn Vahl novel and some of the other stuff. Black Library, The Art of the Horus Heresy. So we see a pretty awesome cover right here of Sanguinius with the spear and the sword. Nice wings and everything. Just beautiful piece of art right there. And then we see on the back, again, some classic piece of art. Then just kind of opening up here, we see some real cool stuff, little excerpts and everything about the specific characters, and then just some really nice art from the various Horus Heresy novels. Very, very cool. And I understand that they didn't want to show off a ton of the actual art inside, but it would have been cooler to see a little bit more of a preview right here. And just reading up on this, a Horus Heresy art book, discover artwork from the entire Horus Heresy saga, from Horus Rising all the way through the climactic, the end and the death. The story, take a trip to the end of the Great Crusade, through the galaxy-changing events in the killing fields of Isfahan, to the apocalyptic climax of the Siege of Terra with a collection of stunning Black Library artwork. Description, Black Library has been telling stories set in the various worlds of Warhammer for more than 2 decades. During this time, the heroes and the villains of the dark and gritty settings have been immortalized through rich, dynamic illustrations. Here for the first time is a specially curated collection of Warhammer artwork from across the Black Library, Horus Heresy, and Siege of Terra series. Within, you'll find detailed commentary on the creation and realization of some of the greatest pieces of art ever committed to novel covers. The book offers over 200 pieces of full-color artwork with notes about the artistic choices made during the design process, depicting many fan-favorite characters and events inside. You'll also find a brand new reimagining of the classic cover for the New York Times bestselling novel False Gods. So very cool. Definitely a big fan of this, the art collection from the Horus Heresy novel series. And then last but not least of the new stuff here, we have the Big Dakka hardback. So $30 for the Big Dakka hardback. And this is, of course, the book telling us the story of Ufthak Blackhawk, Warhammer 40,000 orc novel taking a Waaagh to dark new places. Written by Mike Brooks, Ufthak Blackhawk is challenged to gladiatorial combat against the masters of pain in the teeming flesh pits of Camaro. So pretty cool little story here about basically the orcs. They're in the middle of a battle, and then next thing you know, they're fighting Drukhari. And then just kind of finishing up, we got the Dawnbreaker book, Mad King Rises from last week, the leftover dice here, and then of course the sold out book 4 limited edition. So pretty nice little release here if you're into the books and everything like that. Definitely a cool model in Ufthak Blackhawk. He is a limited release, so this model is only going to be available for a limited amount of time. So if you are after him, want to grab him up before he sells out. Obviously, we don't know how many they made or anything like that, so he could still be around a week from now. He could be gone in a few minutes, who knows. But very, very cool model. Definitely a big fan of this. Obviously, super cool paint job. Definitely one of a kind. I love how he's standing on the squig, got the gun mounted to it and everything. The actual stat block for him is pretty cool and everything, the rules. But again, not really useful for 40k, as he is just immediately coming out as part of the Legends series. Beautiful paint job though, so much character built into this guy. I mean, he is basically the epitome of orcs. And with the new codex right on the horizon, it's a shame that they didn't put him inside. Would have been an awesome addition to the orc characteristics and lore of the faction themselves. So definitely for me, a little bit of an anticlimactic week of releases. And I think probably for everyone, I personally was super excited for the mega edition of Morvenn Vahl, at least a chance to get a hold of it, but probably still going to be picking up Ufthak Blackhawk. I was 100% going to be picking him up until I found out he was Legends, and then it actually put like sowed a seed of doubt into my mind. So we'll have to see if I pull the trigger here, but let me know what you're going to be picking up, what you're excited about. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. Special thanks to CMO Games for sponsoring the video. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on Games Workshop products. That's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and I'm out of here.